Hello, story lovers, and welcome to our channel. Settle in, get cozy, and let's journey to a magical place together. Once upon a time, in a land filled with whispering reeds and sparkling dewdrops, lived the wonderful Princess Lila and her dearest friend, the kind and clever Frog Prince. Every night, they would sit together and watch the giant, pearly moon hang high in the velvet sky. The moon's gentle glow made the world feel safe, bright, and full of wonder. But one evening, something terrible happened. Lila woke with a start, noticing the world was completely dark. The familiar golden glow that usually filled her room was gone. She rushed to her balcony and gasped in shock. The moon was missing. The sky was just an empty, frightening black canvas, without a single star to comfort her. "Prince," she called, her voice trembling in the silent darkness. "The moon is gone." Everything is so dark and scary. The Frog Prince hopped quickly to her side, his tiny golden crown wobbling with each concerned hop. "Ribbit, don't worry, Princess Lila," he said with a brave voice. "A missing moon is just a great puzzle, and you and I are great puzzle solvers. I have a feeling the moon hasn't truly left us. It must be hidden somewhere." Lila's worried face brightened just a little. "Hidden? But where do you think a big, glowing moon would hide? It's so enormous, and the only place big and mysterious enough, the legendary Whispering Waters Lake." The prince pointed a small, webbed toe toward the thick, dark woods that border the castle grounds. "They say that lake holds all the secrets of the sky. If the moon is anywhere, it's there." And so, their grand adventure began. Princess Lila held a small, wobbly candle to guide their path, its little flame dancing bravely in the night. The Frog Prince, full of courage, led the way, hopping fearlessly through the gloom. The woods, usually so friendly under the moonlight, were spooky now, full of strange, dancing shadows and quiet, mysterious rustling sounds from unseen creatures. Lila held her candle closer, her hand shaking slightly. "I'm scared, Prince," she whispered. "It's so dark out here. I really miss the light of the moon." The Frog Prince stopped and looked back at his friend, his big eyes full of understanding. "Being brave doesn't mean you aren't scared, Lila," he said gently. "It just means you keep hopping anyway. Here, hold my hand, and let's keep going together. We are friends, and together we are much, much brighter than any darkness." Taking comfort in his words, Lila took his tiny webbed hand. They encouraged each other as they walked, sharing funny stories and singing silly songs to keep the scary shadows away. Their laughter echoed through the trees, making the darkness feel a little less lonely. Finally, after what felt like a very long time, they reached the edge of the Whispering Waters Lake. But it wasn't sparkling as it usually did. The water was still and black, like a pool of liquid night, reflecting nothing back at them. "The moon must be down there," whispered the prince, peering into the inky depths. "But how on earth do we find it in all this black water?" Lila placed her flickering candle on a smooth stone by the shore. She sighed deeply, and her shoulders slumped with disappointment. "We came all this way, Prince, but I don't see anything. Maybe the light is lost forever. Maybe we failed." "No," cried the Frog Prince, hopping with surprising energy. "Don't you dare give up hope, Lila. We can't. Think about it. Remember just yesterday, when we helped that tiny field mouse find his lost acorn? And remember last week, when we gave that thirsty little flower the last drop of water from our canteen? We did those things because we were kind." He hopped onto a white lily pad and looked at the princess, his eyes shining with a brilliant idea. "If we carry so much kindness in our hearts, Lila, maybe that feeling is the light we need right now. Maybe kindness is its own kind of magic." Lila closed her eyes, taking a deep breath. She thought about every good and kind thing she had ever done. She remembered sharing her favorite cookies with the castle guards, comforting a friend who was sad, and laughing so loudly at one of the Frog Prince's jokes that she snorted. A soft, warm feeling swelled up inside her chest, growing bigger and bigger, like a tiny sun rising within her. When she opened her eyes, the most breathtaking thing happened. The kindness in her heart shone right out of her. A gentle, pure beam of white light flowed from her chest and touched the dark, still water of the lake. The light wasn't sharp or harsh like lightning. It was warm, comforting, and absolutely true. It was the light of a good heart. As the light from Lila's heart touched the lake, the surface began to ripple. Slowly, magically, the huge, golden face of the moon began to rise from the water, glowing brighter and more beautifully than ever before. It hadn't been stolen or lost. It had simply gone to sleep, waiting for a little bit of pure human kindness to remind it where it belonged in the sky. Instantly, the world filled with glorious moonlight again. The spooky woods became a forest of silver and friendly shadows. The lake sparkled with a million tiny diamonds. The frog prince cheered, hopping up and down excitedly on his lily pad. "We did it, Princess Lila! We did it! We found the light!" Lila smiled, a real, joyful smile that reached her eyes. She felt the warmth of the moonlight wash over her like a comforting hug. "It wasn't hidden in the water, Prince," she said, her voice full of wonder. "It was hidden inside us all along, just waiting for our hope and our friendship to set it free." From that night forward, the Frog Prince and Princess Lila knew a wonderful secret. They knew that even if the sky grew dark and the world seemed scary, they always carried the truest, brightest light of all, the light of kindness and friendship right inside their own hearts. And that is a light that can never, ever go out. Thank you so much for joining us on this magical adventure. If you enjoyed our story, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next one. Until then, remember to carry your own light, and we'll see you again very soon. Bye!